Shit, I could go across the country with this thing. People do it on ZX-6Rs, people do it on ZX-10s, people do it on H2s, people do it on R1s, people do it on RSV4s, people do it on Ducatis, people do it on CBR 1000s, people do it on Fireblades, people do it on Harleys, Indians, everything, cruisers, bobshits, I don't know. What's going on, guys? We are back out here again on the 400. We're behind a nice Camaro right there. Woo! I spent all day yesterday working on a whole new outro, a new little intro thing. So tell me what you guys think about that. I did spend a lot of time working on it, so I hope I did good. Just wanted to talk about the whole Ninja 400 and ZX-4RR. A few people were asking me about these two bikes, and yes, there are a lot of differences between the two bikes, the Ninja 400, ZX-4RR. I think the main difference is one of them is a 2-cylinder, and then you got the other one, which is an inline 4. One's obviously producing more power, has more electronics, has a TFT display. And when I say one, I mean the ZX-4RR. And yeah, it might be better in every single way for the 400cc class, but it's really up to what is in your budget. Literally what is in your personal budget, because this bike that I'm on right now, the 2023 Ninja 400, retails at about $56.99 MSRP. I believe that's the price anyways. You really can't compare these two bikes even though they share the same CCs. They perform completely different from one another. One of them is an aggressive race-oriented track bike, the ZX-4RR. While these both can be track bikes, one of them is specifically designed to be brought to the track. And really the price difference between these two bikes is crazy. It's actually outrageous. I know a lot of people complain about the price for the ZX-4RR, and justifiably, because the bike is close to $10,000, which sits right under what the ZX-6R costs, and they just announced the 2024 ZX-6R, so why wouldn't you get that? I know there's probably a lot of people out there right now that are experiencing buyer's remorse with getting the ZX-4RR, and man, oh man, am I glad that I waited, because this bike has some really nice power for a beginner. So does the ZX-4. Nothing is wrong with that bike, by the way. There's not a single thing wrong with that bike. That is another classic Kawasaki make. And I'm actually happy that they're offering that type of bike now, because it appeals to a lot of people. You get a lot of power for it being a 400cc bike. And being that it's an inline 4, you can't really go wrong with it. I just think that the real problem with the bike is that it's way too much damn money. Personally, I would have got the ZX-4R if it came out around the time I was in the market for getting a motorcycle. I completely would have skipped over the Ninja 400 if the ZX-4RR was out at that point, but it wasn't. It wasn't out for another 7 months after I purchased this bike for the first time. You see, I'm not hating on that bike. The bike is awesome for the people who got it. If you do have that bike, I'm super happy for you. It's an amazing bike. And if it's your first bike, you're gonna have a hell of a lot of fun. And I can't really define how much amount of power is a good amount of power, because I'm on my first bike right now. If a beginner touched any bike that's above 400cc, they're gonna think it has a shit ton of power. So if you get on the Ninja 400 before you get on the ZX-4R, you're gonna think it has a shit ton of power and torque and whatever. Now, vice versa, if you get on the ZX-4 and you ride that, and then you get on a Ninja 400, you're gonna think, wow, this thing has considerable less amounts of power. At least that's what I feel with the 30 horsepower difference between the two. Correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that this bike actually has more low-end power than the ZX-4R does, because I've seen videos of people riding the Ninja 400 right next to the ZX-4, and it looks like the Ninja 400 gets up and goes faster than the ZX-4. Maybe that's just due to skill issue, or maybe the ZX-4 is a newer rider. Oh, what bike does this guy have right here? Let's see. Oh, it's for sale! Suzuki something. It's older, I can tell. Take everything I say with a little grain of salt, by the way, because I am a newer rider and I don't have all of the information in my head to tell everybody on the spot all the time. So I accept every piece of information and comments down below, tips, tricks, everything. I gotta repeat this in videos. I'm 19 years old, you know. Some people may have said that I look like I'm 26 and I have 2 kids, but at least that doesn't hurt me deep inside. We're stopping at Leon Shin right now. Some great Asian food. You know, I was actually just here with my girlfriend about a week ago. It's that good. I'll be right out. All right, just got out of Leon Shin. We got the food secured. To really recap, if you're a complete beginner, both of those bikes are awesome. It's just a matter of what is in your budget, what can you afford, because there is about a $4,000 plus difference between the two. I feel like the ZX6 is more in my alley. Not because I want to go fast, just because, you know, it's a ZX6, a bike that I know I'm going to be keeping for a longer time, and because if I had a fully decked out bike with customizations, all that cool stuff, I really don't want it to sound like a lawnmower. Now, that's just my personal preference. If you guys like the sound of lawnmowers, That is fine. You know, this bike actually does not sound that bad when you're in higher gears and you're going low speed. It actually has a deep rumble to it. It doesn't sound all that bad. Now with a slip-on exhaust, this bike would sound fine, or a full system exhaust to tune and all that good shit. This bike would be awesome, but I really don't want to hash out half the bike's cost in upgrades like that, you know. I'd rather have a nicer sounding bike, a faster bike. So there you go. That was my whole little rant about these bikes. ZX-4, Ninja 400. Get whatever of the two is best for you and your budget, because they're both really good starter bikes. And if you want to start on a 600 or 1,000, go for it. There are thousands of people who've done that before. Nothing wrong with it, man. But the second you crash because you don't know how to use your fucking rear brake and your front brake together in tandem, and you slide on the concrete, destroying your skinny arms like the ones I got right here, throttle control, brakes, learn them. Slow speed first. That about does it for today's video, everybody. I know I kind of went off topic a few times, but that's just how these videos go. I don't go off of a script. I would never do that unless, of course, I was being sponsored or have an ad. Like today's sponsor from Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0. I'm just joking. I'll post again very, very soon. As you know, I always try. Remember to keep on riding, be safe, and enjoy your life, guys. And yeah, I am out. See ya.